is that since I know that and I'm gonna work consistently through it, I'm gonna get my results in 90 days. Okay, so I'm gonna get my results in 90 days. Now, in the beginning of the year, February, right? What I did is I game planned my tour. Okay, I game planned my tour. My tour was to take me from chairman 25, okay, to chairman 50. Okay, so now think about this. This is the beginning. That's the beginning of the year. So we start there, right? Now I finished my tour, right? So 3 months later. Okay, so what does that put me? February, March, April-ish, right? Okay. So come April, right? So come April. Now what I'm saying is, now what's gonna happen is my tour is February, March, April. All right. So I finish around there or whatever. Now I'm not gonna see my results from this span from another 90, March, April, May, June, right? April, May, June-ish, right? So I hit my goal in 60 days after I wanted it, right? So my thing is since I already know though, April, May, June. So since right here, I know I already accomplished my goal. Okay, so I already accomplished my goal, right? Because in my head, I know it's done because I know how much work I put in on the tours. Those tours, I think everyone's like, yo, how did you go from chairman 10 to chairman 25 is what everyone was asking me in 2 days. Well, it's because remember how much work we were putting in. If y'all don't know, we were putting in like literally when we found out the Dallas event was when we found out the convention was in Dallas, I was like, oh my god. I was like, yo, no, like, do not fucking stop. Don't stop moving. Don't fucking sleep. We're grinding our faces off. I knew I was gonna hit my biggest rank ever. Okay. And so this is when I was at P2K. Now I'm like, go all fucking in. We're gonna go all in, okay? So why did I go from chairman 10 now to chairman 25? Was in 2 days? Everyone's like, oh, it was in 2 days. It looks like it was in 2 days, but it was from the past, right? From the past work. So my thing is it wasn't in 2 days. It was all the work I put in. I just knew it was gonna happen in 2 days. I could see the momentum build up. Now here's my point. Okay, cool. So we started here. This was I'm gonna start my tour. I toured for about a month, going from February and March, etc. Right? And then cool, I'm in Phoenix now, and around the April time or whatever it is, right? Now this is the time I'm about to do the same training I'm about to do right now with Drake, the science of duplication. Now here's my point. Now since I'm here, I know that within the next 60 days at this point, I already know right now that in 60 days, I'm going to hit chairman 50. Does this make sense? Okay, so why would I game plan how I'm going to hit chairman 50 if I've already did it from 90 days ago? So what most people do is they're going around and they're game planning like all the way till, so what they do is they're game planning, okay, boom, 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 boom. Now I hit chairman, hypothetically what they'll do is now I hit chairman 50. Now let me game plan chairman 100 is what they're thinking, okay? Wrong. So what I was doing with Drake, which is why, again, I'm not even starting on this yet. What I was doing with Drake was I'm like, okay, I already know, I even made a post about this, okay? That's how confident I was. It's like, people keep asking me about when I'm gonna hit chairman 50. I said, stop asking me that. I said, you haven't heard me talk about chairman 50, it's already done. I said, it just takes 90 days to see a result, right? So it was already done, and it was already done. Okay, cool. So boom, that happened because of my tour that I did. Now, since I knew that was done in April, I was 1,000 people out around this time. Okay, I was 1,000 people out, but I knew it was done. So now, I said to Drake, okay, cool, time to game plan chairman 100 now. Why? Because why would I wait for this momentum to get here and then stop and then create my game plan when I know if this is from the past, I can now get 6 months ahead. Does that make sense? Right? So now I'm going to start right now. Okay, cool. This is now going to be in April. So instead of me game planning in April how to hit chairman 50 now, like what most people are doing, I'm game planning in April how to hit chairman 100 because I know by June, right? By June I will be chairman 50. So now I'm already game planning what I'm doing after June. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay? I'm now game planning what I'm going to do after June. So June, July, August, September, right? September. Now, what was I game planning for in September? What do we have coming up? The convention, right? So my game plan was to hit it, right? To hit chairman 100 by convention, okay? So, and then to go from there to chairman 250, chairman 500. So then I was gonna be again ahead of it again. But since we didn't have that, now it's like, okay, let's game plan. Now the next thing I'm looking at is, okay, we have the momentum now, okay, cool. So momentum, I'm able to see in the future a lot more than other people, right? So most people, what are they thinking about? They're thinking about this. And that's the now. This is just now. That's just when, you know, everyone, okay, cool, I just got started. I just hit P2K, right? Now let me go hit P5K. What I'm doing as a leader, and this is why we're moving so fast now, what I'm doing is I'm like, I see where you're at, I got you. I'm already game planning. I've already been game planning for you since you were at P6. Oh, I already have you in my plan to be, because I need you to be at chairman 10, chairman 25 for me to go chairman 100-ish. You get what I'm saying? So I'm already at P1, or when you're at P6, game planning for you to be at chairman, etc. around this time. Does that make sense? So most people, they're like, oh, Cash doesn't know what he's doing. And I'm like, that's because everyone is thinking tunnel vision on this shit right here. I'm like, bro, I'm not looking at that bullshit, right? And you're like, okay, cool, look what happened at the event today. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the event today, right? I'm looking at this shit. This is the big picture. Because the end of the year, then you got September, October, November, December, okay? So now the next 3 months is what? That's gonna be January. And guess what? What is that? That's your end of the year goal. So now what I reverse engineer, I always say reverse engineer the big events, all this other shit. I'm not gonna get into that training right now. But now, look, since we're gonna reverse engineer from January, okay, doesn't it make sense for me to go boom, 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 and now my big goal, which is a big vision, is right there. Right? So what I'm saying is I'm a year ahead of everyone who's thinking in the now. Okay? I've been already in, so now I'm saying I already know Chairman 100 is done. Alright? So I'm already focused on that. This is where the pillars training came from. Now you asked me what question?
Why P5?
Why P5? Right? Okay, why I want to focus on creating P5s. Now, this was the science of duplication. And this is the pillar thing, and this is what I was going over with Drake in my YouTube, okay? So look, this is going to be me, okay? All right? And then, you know what? Let's just say it like this. I want to make it simple, okay? That's going to be me, but let's do it like this. I don't want to draw my legs out because I want to draw Drake's legs out so you guys understand better, okay? Cool. So that's going to be me. This is going to be Drake, okay? That's going to be Drake. Now, okay, cool. Now, what I want to be thinking right here is, okay, I'm going to be at C50, right? Drake's going to be at chairman 10, okay? This was ready to game plan. Right? Now, look, this is what I was going over with Drake now. What I'm saying to Drake in that situation, and again, this isn't going to be exactly how it looks like because people put whatever, right? But my point is I want to look at it. I want to make it bigger. So give me a second. My point is, look. Okay, cool. So boom. Now Drake's at chairman 10. Now look, this is going to be what we want it to look like. All right. For now, this is just hypothetical. Really, I want this chairman. Okay, this is the way longer, like this is more towards September-ish, right? But this is really chairman. But this is what I want right around now is what I want to do. I want these P5s to start popping within the next, I would say, and you're going to start seeing right now, we're going to start popping P5s, okay? So I would say in the next 30 days, right, we just popped one today, okay? So because that's my focus right now. So here's my point now, okay, cool, boom. Now what's going to happen is, all right, this is going to be P2000s, right? Okay. All this is going to be 2000s. All this group around here is going to be 2000s. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Right, 2000s, 2000s, 2000s. Okay. Cool. All that road, whatever this is going to be 2000s. Okay. And obviously, okay, I'm not going to keep going, but this is going to be my last one, and it's going to be P1000. All right. what I'm wanting to do is because when does our business start taking a pullback? What time of the year?
The end.
Right? What 2 months is it? November, December, right? Okay, so November and December it starts taking a pullback. So everyone's focused on momentum right now. Awesome. I'm focused on retention for November and December already. Okay, that's what because I know we're gonna take a pullback. So what's my goal? My goal is to get every single leader to where they are a rank above what they want to hit, to be honest. So if they, I don't like saying the word, D-rank, okay, they go down to the goal that they want to hit, not the goal that they go down to the goal that they want to hit, not D-rank from the goal that they wanted to hit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if everybody wants to hit chairman, I want my people at chairman 25. So now they go down to chairman. That's a strong ass group, right? Now, so think about this. So this is going to be all P1000s down. All right, awesome. Now P1000, all right. And I'm just being real with everyone here. Not everyone here is going to be at these ranks, but I'm just giving. I mean, this is going to be advanced training. It just is what it is, okay? So I'm just going to be real with everyone, all right? Me as a leader, this is just how I think, okay? I believe in everyone, but not everyone believes in themselves, and anybody that does not believe in themselves will not make it. That's just how it is. And so since we cannot get everyone to believe in themselves, right, these people will quit. And so what do I want to do? I want to create retention. I want to create a really strong leader. Now, guess what, though? I mean, I'm going to be real. Like, do y'all like getting paid or not getting paid, right? Getting paid. Okay, cool. So get this, okay? So we want, yes, culture, but the other thing is we need to get people paid. All right? Now, my problem is that if we do not get this gap here, okay, the P5000, okay, cool, which again, my real goal is, because the problem is even in Dallas, who is pretty much, I think is the only chairman 10, Drake, right? So my problem is if Drake's the only chairman 10, then what's gonna happen is if he were to derank, right, then what does he go down to? P5K. Now what happens with that? Then those P5Ks go into, probably to be honest, more so P1Ks. Why? Because he's gonna have a big enough team to sustain that hit. They're not, because that's not a big enough team. Now, guess what? These are gonna be our people like again, like I'm just being real right now. This is gonna be our like Cynthia's, right? Carrie, right? This Edgar, okay? That's gonna be these people. Now, so what's my point? They're not gonna quit. I'm not worried about them quitting. They go down to from P5 to P2 or P1. They're gonna keep grinding. But the problem is all of them are gonna quit. And so what happens? Guess what happened? You will always, if these pillars collapse. Now this is what I'm saying. Since it's not, if I don't get these people, these P5s to chairman 10, then what happens is this goes away, and it creates me a gap in my organization. Now this gap in my organization, guess what? Everything has to, like it will always collapse back to the real level of leadership, always. So the only people that will quit are people that were never leaders in the first place. That's just the facts of it. A real leader is willing to go through pain for everyone no matter what. That's just a leader. Some people are made for it, some people are not. So my point is that I know that money will help people, so I want to make sure that come November and December that when we do take a pullback, which I'm not worried about a pullback, this is just business. I'm just thinking about it. Like, I'm just preparing for it, right? So I want everyone else to be focusing on, this grind and all this. I want everyone to be focused on this. I don't want anyone to be worried about November, December. That's my job to worry about it, right? But I'm just telling you my logic. This is what I'm doing. So now, right, if this collapses, then there's a gap there. And since that gap is not filled, right, we lose all of this. And now all of my people, right, this all goes away. And since all those goes away, this bottom was at what, P1000s, right? Now, since that bottom goes away, right, and I didn't get those P1000s, the more P2000s, because P2000, usually, I mean, those are pretty solid leaders. I always say what, P2000s are typically, that's what I believe is the first level of a strong leader. Now, rank is the lowest level of leadership, but at the same time, P2000s, that's when I'm like, okay, I see you coming, okay? That's P2000 for me. So here's my thing, all right? Now what's gonna happen is, since it ends up collapsing or whatever from that, and those P1000s, right, go away, then what's gonna happen is these people now go to P1000s, and I lost a huge part of my organization. All of that went away. It goes because momentum is really going. Momentum is going down, driving depth in the organization, right? That's momentum. So the opposite of momentum is collapsing, which for us collapsing is going up. So that means, right, you going up is bad. That means you're losing ranks. Does that make sense? So now we go from P5, all this boom, 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 and these numbers start changing from P5 to P2, from P2 to P1, and then the P1s over here, the P600s start turning into P150s instead. And now we're in that cold ass winter. You know what I'm talking about? When everyone's like, man, let's just trade. You know what I'm talking about? That's what be.
I've been through that one before.
That's that. So that's when, like, this is my mindset on getting everyone. I want to get everyone paid quickly. Now the next thing I know is gonna be, okay, cool. So I just went over P5000. So I want everyone to get there. But my real goal is to get everyone to go through that gap, to bridge through that gap, because our gap right now is this is what it looks like. There's me, there's Drake, okay. Then what it looks like. So see, Chairman 10, okay. Now how many P5s does Drake have right now? Exactly. Okay, cool. So now this is really what it looks like. Boom. Okay, cool. Okay, so cool. Now, hypothetically, I'll say, let's say, oh no. This is gonna be P2000s hypothetically. Hopefully you guys get what I'm saying right here. It's gonna be P2000s, and I want you to look at your organization. And for you, this is gonna be, for live, it's gonna be more like, you want to start creating P600s, okay? Because remember, I'm not starting at chairman. I'm starting at the 2Ks. Really, I'm starting at P1Ks, getting P1Ks to P2Ks, obviously. But really, I want to get my P1Ks to chairman. Okay, now this is gonna be all P2000s. Okay, let's just do it like this. P2000 is gonna be this line. Okay, that's Drake at chairman. Drake has. You see these empty spots? Exactly. Which should those spots be? P5s, right? So what's gonna? Boom. They're empty. So it has to collapse. They're empty spots. There's no one in there. It needs to. It has to. We have to fill that. This is really what Drake's organization looks like. Right? It's like who's the leader over here that has sight, like, right? Who is that leader? Not leader, it's leaders. Because think about it. When we first started, I was at Chairman 25. Drake was at okay, so I was at let's just say C25. Okay, cool. Drake was at Chairman 10. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's say P5000, right? Okay, cool. So when we look at that, what it really looks like is then Drake was that leader that held my squad together because he's P5000. Okay? Now, guess what? When you look at the squad that we have out here, which is a big ass squad, because Drake's squad wasn't as big as it was now, correct? So Drake can handle, let's just say, a team of 250 people out here, 200 people by himself as a P5. But since we're planning on having massive growth, we need more than, in order to handle a team of, let's just say, 600, let's just say a team of 700, we need to have at least two P5000s, okay? Because we need to be able to double what Drake did. Now, if we want to get to the next step, which is his other leg, we need to have, if we want to have a team of, if Drake wants to be at, just get Chairman 25, Chairman 50-ish, what we're going to want to do is have a team of maybe 2,000 whatever people. We need to have a minimum of 3 P5000s or a chairman or something going on. So that way we have that. For me, Drake was the one that was solving my gap, so I had that. But right now, we don't have that. So right now we lose all of this, always. So now my job is saying, how can I create, and this is your question now, why are you so focused on, right, P2000s and getting on the P5K? Because the gap in the compensation plan is the thing that gets in everyone's head. And so as a leader, right, it's what, 2.5 times? Is it two, what is it, like 3 times?
3 times, dude.
Okay, so what happens is we get burnt out at P2K going to P. If you don't do it very quickly, which is of course is going to be our game plan, if we don't do it very quickly, you get stuck in your head. And then that's why the P2000 rank is getting stuck in your head rank. So now what ends up happening is that we get those leaders, our P2000s, they start getting kind of like in that mental rut. So what's their team do? Right? What's the mental rut? It's lower energy, right? So what's their team going to have? Lower energy, right? So what do? Like as a leader, I got to be thinking, okay, how the fuck can I go under Drake? Okay, so I'm always thinking for everyone. Drake is just doing what the game plan is, which is what I'm telling them, right? So I'm like, okay, how do I go under Drake and help bridge that gap from P2000, etc., right? And create P5Ks, because if we can find a way to strategically do this, we just need a couple of people to blast through it. It's kind of like when you see those people banging on the castle door, you know what I mean? It's kind of making a dent on it, and then at some point they get like maybe one might be able to get through, then 3 of them, and then it's like boom, and everyone's and then you're invading the fucking city. That's how I see P5. No, my goal, which is why the invisible rank is there, is to be able to just get us a little something that gets us midway there to get that mental rut out of your head, because really it's all just a mentality anyways, right? So I'm over here thinking, okay, what's fun? I always want to know why. I want to know why people are doing what they're doing. I want to know why it is that somebody is not grinding. Most people are like, yo, why? Like, yo, you didn't show up. Why didn't you show up? And when they say, why didn't you show up, they're saying, what's your excuse? What I'm wanting to know is, why didn't you show up? What's going on in your head? Right? Because if you change the way they think, you can change what they do, right? So I'm always wanting to know what's going on in their head. So when I started saying, what is going on in people's heads about the gap, what's going on from gap to gap, just from P2K to P5K, they're like, oh, it's a gap. Okay, how do I then? Okay, cool. Well, man, I wish there was a payment plan there, or whatever, or another rank there. There's not. Okay, cool. So how are they gonna beat me when I'm playing my head? Let's just create one then, right? Make it part of the culture. We create that gap. We run. That's a bridge. We run everyone over the bridge, and now we start getting that boom, 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 boom. And now, right, we go from a P1. This was my organization. Okay, I said to Drake, we want to become a P150 factory. This was when I was at P2K. Okay, when everyone thought I was at P5K, but I was at P2K. I said we want to become a P150 factory. Momentum's created where? At the bottom, okay? So P150 factory, boom, boom, boom. Then I said, then eventually we'll become a P600 factory. Boom, 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 boom. Then we'll become a P1000 factory. Boom, 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 boom. Then obviously P2000 factory, right? Boom, 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 boom. So what are we at right now? More so P2000 factory, right? Okay, now what am I wanting to create right now? Right, 2K to 5K, a P5000 factory. I'm already game planning the P5000 factory, because after that one, if we can smash P5s with momentum, which we will, I can already see it coming, which we will, then what's going to happen is we have that chairman factory.
Oh,
and now,
God.
Imagine these leaders that have been rocking with us for a while. That's what I'm saying. It's our duty to get our mentors to that next level, because the reason why is because they're the ones that are able to close that gap for you. Once you see them do it, it's so much more possible. It's different when just Drake does it, or just when I do it. But once you get, 5 people here that are ATMs, that's your personal mentor, you have 5 out here that you've been living with, and all this other shit, in this fucking house at chairman, now it's like, yo, everyone's living with a chairman. Everyone's the chairman in the house. Now you just see a chairman. Now it's 10 chairmen. Now it's 20 chairmen. It's just because you are who we hang out with now. So now you just a chairman factory, and must be one. It has to. So then that's my goal. That's how I'm looking at it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how I want to be thinking. But it's all going to be starting from the ground zero, which was my tour, boom, and then I'm now thinking, and I'm getting ahead of time. I'm always wanting to be ahead of time, okay? Because again, 90 days, you don't see a result typically for 90 to 120 days, right? That's if you grind through consistently, right? That's if you grind through consistently, right? Usually, it could be 180 days or nothing at all if you're not consistent. What most people do, so if it takes, let's just say, 90 days to see a result, what most people do is, let's just say this is the, 30 days here, all right? And then, okay, let's just say 60 days here, all right? And then let's just say 90 days, this is day 90. And now this could be, everyone's results are gonna be different. We're saying just a result. We're just saying a result because everyone has a different grind. Let's just say Paris might talk to fucking 20 people in 1 hour. Someone might talk to 20 people in 90 days. Okay? So now, let's just say, since he talks to 20 people a day, he might get, hypothetically, I don't know, it doesn't matter, just to say, 15 signups. Okay? He might get 15 signups by 90 days. The other person is probably just going to get one and they're wondering why they have no momentum. Right? Or what happens is that's just if someone's consistently bullshitting every single day, but they're still doing a little bit of work. Now let's just say you're grinding, right? You're grinding, and then you just stop, and then you start over here where there's nothing there. So now what happens is, since there's nothing there, and you start grinding here again, it resets. Yeah. Now this is fucking day 30 again. Yeah. And you're wondering why, I don't have no momentum. It's like, okay, you're on day 30 again. So now you do it again. Now they grind, and then sure shit, you got the same fucking inconsistent leader, right? They grind, they skip that again, right? And when this is supposed to be day 90, 30 days again, and this is the people that are like, I'm stuck. Where were you? Now, just so you guys know, with this is something you gotta show up every single day for, right? So my thing is like, if you miss one day, once you're at a position of, P2K, anything like that, that one day can cost you your whole organization. It's just a box of it because you gotta be working. You just started getting, because it's a build-up, so it's gonna be 30 days, okay? And what is success? Success is a whole bunch, is winning every single individual day, right? How successful can you be every single individual day? So now if you look at it, hypothetically, I don't want to get all, but let's just say every single line is a day. Let's just hypothetically say that's 30 days, okay? Let's say that's 30 days right there. Well, what happens is if you skip, remember this is really long term for 90, but just within that 30 days, if you skip one, right, then you see in there. And you might not see it, but then you're like, no, okay, I'm grinding, and that shit starts adding up. Big time. 30 to 90 days, it needs to be a fucking sprint. It's kind of like running. It's literally like skipping a day is like running and then tripping over something. But you're in track and it's a fucking 100-yard dash. You trip. You're gonna fucking lose. You gotta sprint all 90 days. You gotta go all 90 days. So my thing is now, is if it takes 90 days to really see the result, momentum is not after 90 days. Momentum is really after like 60 days. So why? Because what did I just tell you? I'm working for my past, this is my past momentum. This is a lot of y'all's past momentum. You think that you're in momentum now from now. No, you're in momentum now from 90 days ago. Okay, does that make sense? Yep. So, guess what? What's going to happen is, we had signups tonight, yes or no? Yep. Okay, so what we don't think about is when these new signups come in, one of them comes and they hit P1000 in 60 days from now. Then you have another person hits P150, blah, 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 blah. That's momentum. But that's going to be from 60 days. That's 60 days from now, from this event though. So these people here from 60 days, those are the people that are creating that momentum. Not what you're doing now though, right? So what's my point? You're grinding through. Okay, boom. Let's just say your start day. This is your start. Okay, cool. Now what happens is you grind through. Okay, cool. You grind through. You're consistent. This is now one result. But now what's going to happen is you're now going to go all the way through, and now what's going to happen is it's now going to just go, again, say this is going a long ways, it's going to be 90 days, okay? Now you're at, 120. Now you're going, now at 120, you have a little momentum right now. This is now the start of momentum. This is where you're working with the past. This is where you're kind of taprooting the past. You're taprooting, right? You're taprooting, so 90 days from now, right? So let's just say today is day 1. Now let's fast forward day 90, right? So now we have, so let's say Todd signs up today. 90 days from now, Todd's a P150, right? Or let's just say a P600. We taproot Todd. Now we're working with Todd's, right, on day 120, we're working with Todd now, right? Who's a P600 by his downline because we have something to work with, which is really the momentum. That's the start of it. Now what happens is now we go to, let's just say, 180 days. Now I'm working with all of this path. And if I stay consistent, momentum will oh my God, it'll keep going. It'll keep going, 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 right? So my dad was like, you know, you're making all of this money, is what he's saying. You're making a lot of money now, okay? You know, now you can, you should be able to like stop now. Now you can take a break now. Now you can do this now because you're making this much money and you're having this team going. And I always tell everybody, I'm like, no, I'm just getting started right now because I just got momentum. I've been working for 4 years just for this moment. I just started right now. My momentum just started. Now I'm working from what I got from 4 years now. Finally, my start was from 4 years. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So when I'm smelling blood, it's like literally like, why would I want, if I'm about to knock someone out in a boxing ring, okay, why would I want to take a timeout right now? Why would I want the bell to go off? I want the fucking, let's go now. Like I'm about to knock you out. That's how I see this business right now. So when I got momentum, that's why when you get momentum, you go all in again because you don't know if life's gonna happen or whatever, and you might need to stop or whatever. So what I'm saying is, at Chairman 10, Chairman 25, that was when I'm like, oh, finally. It took 4 years for this fucking moment. I'm here for Chairman 500. I'm pushing this motherfucker all the way to Chairman 1 million, all right? Because I didn't come in here to hit Chairman 50, right? So that's how you gotta be thinking. You gotta be thinking like that. Always like that. Pillars, momentum. Are you thinking correctly about momentum? Most people are thinking right now, it's not now that you're getting momentum from, it's always from 90 days from now. Always. Always. Okay? So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool? Does anyone have any questions on that?
No.
I mean,
Why are you the GOAT?
shit.
Shit.
Yeah, that was good.
What law
put
is
that
that?
on?
Like the 90-day law? Like what is that called?
I honestly don't know. I don't know, but it typically makes sense. I mean, if you look at it, it's about right. I would say, to be real, most people, what I want to do is always collapse the time, right? So, most people is like, they probably get a spark after 180 days, but that's because they're sleeping. You know, they're sleeping extra hours or whatever. Now we cut sleep, blah, blah, blah. We start cutting back on time. Now we go from 180 days, bust our ass and make it to 90 days instead. You know what I mean? Most people sleep 8, we sleep 4. You know what I mean? Maybe 5. Now we're making it in 65 days. We're cutting the curve. 90 days is you're fucking savage. We're pushing 60-day on goals. You know what I mean? I'll be real. I've never hit a goal. First I've never hit a goal ever before. Now when I changed my mindset to be real, I've never hit a goal on the correct date. Meaning I've only hit them early. Just being honest, right?
Chairman 25.
Yeah, Chairman 25, blasted that motherfucker. Chairman 50, I said June 6th. We hit that, I think we hit it in May or some shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, Cash, happy 1 year anniversary.
Oh shit, thank you. Why?
Last year you had Chairman 10, June 9th.
Did I? Thank you.
Shorter than Marcos.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Exactly.
That makes it fun.
1 year.
Exactly a year. So, let's go. I'm gonna be real, y'all. Like, we're truly, Like my story, like you gotta think, like if I'm just now gaining success, it's been 4 years. I'm going on 5 years from now. You know what I mean? So this is me just now getting my success. Let's think about it. Like really, since I just started getting success, I didn't work to just make money. I worked to start getting success. I just started getting success 1 year ago today, right? Like you just said. So a lot of you gotta be thinking like, this is if I'm only 1 year. I'm really only 1 year in now. You know what I'm saying? I worked all this time to get a runway going so that we could now get on the plane and then go. But now, what I'm saying is this is truly just a start because now we got the runway for all of y'all to get on there and just take the fuck off. You get what I'm saying? Like, this really is just a start though. I'm a pioneer, you know what I'm saying? Like America, right? Like, it's kind of like, okay, America won the war and all this other shit and became America and all whatever, I don't know when, 1776. Whatever the fuck, right? Okay, yeah, shout out to a fucking history class, right? But 1776, it's like, America wasn't like, we're successful now. They're like, we're just getting started now. They weren't a superpower until like World War I type shit, right? So my thing is then America's like, no, now we're just getting, they just became a superpower, right? So that's kind of how I'm saying it about this. It's like, just because I made a little accomplishment, we're just starting walking ATMs now. You know, walking ATMs is a lifetime game plan. So shit, it's fucking day one, baby. Like, what the fuck? Like, we gotta go, like, enormous, dude. The last thing, okay, look. This is, is there any other markers or no? I really want a big fat motherfucker.
Go in my room.
I want a big fucking marker.
My room.
Is he going?
I'll probably here. I have some.
Fucking bug.
Give him a pizza.
What?
You getting one?
Is anyone in here not ATM? Not?
Oh,
Shit.
awkward.
Alright. Savage, no. I mean Savage, I'm sorry. Jose. Jose, cut this one. Right now, my point is momentum is everybody working together is one, right? Okay, so as everyone's working together is one. Now that means I always want to start inside out as an individual. As a team, if you're working together as one, that means you're still one person. You start inside out as a team. Now, where we start losing lots and lots of momentum, is right here. Because why is it that people that start a business, let's just say, a business in, let's just say a mom and pop shop on a bakery. Why is it that they do not want to franchise their business? Does anyone know? They lose because what happens is you go mainstream. Now mainstream, a lot of money's in mainstream, but you lose the quality. You lose the value. Do you know why? Again, why? Do you know why?
The wise one.
Okay? The reason why is because what happens is that the creator, okay? The creator of that business, they care. Okay, actually, let me do it here. Okay, cool. So the creator of the business, okay, that's there, the creator. What do they care about? Well, they have passion right there. No, that's it. They care about, that's the creator. Now they go mainstream, and now when they start going mainstream, they start teaching other people how. But now what happens is when they go even more mainstream, right? This is now, you take the creator out of it, because that's the only person that, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. That person gave a fuck. The creator gave a fuck. That was their why. They started it, but they don't have passion. Like, who has a job in here? Raise your hand. Okay, perfect. Do you, to be honest right now, do you like actually care about your job? Like, be real. No, right? The person that started your job cares about it. You don't give a fuck because you didn't start it.
Right.
Wow.
It's not yours. It's not your baby. It's not yours. It's like I'm gonna be honest. Someone else's family dies. I mean, we're like, to be real, we're like, we feel bad, but thank God my family's fine. It's my family, right? This is my baby. This is my family. This is my organization. So what's my point now? So now we go over here and if you think about this is what I want you guys to really fucking get. And then we're fucking done unless we have any questions, okay? But this is what I really want all the walking ATMs to get. Okay, that's the creator. So what happens now is when we look at this in a downline perspective, okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it's gonna look like. Let's just say, let's just say the start of ATMs. This is gonna be the start of ATMs, okay? This is gonna be the pioneers of ATMs. Now what's gonna happen is, these are the people that, this is your people. Savage, wait, let's be real here, okay? I want to, who else? Oh, no, I think Savage, right? Out of this room, actually, maybe Mario, who took for the longest to hit P600 in this room?
Me.
You. How long did it take you?
About 7 months.
How long did it take you?
Year and 7 months.
A year and 7 months. You? Oh, shit.
It took me way over a year.
Way over a year. Okay, cool. So let's go Savage. Okay, well, with Savage, were you making money?
Fuck no.
Okay, cool. So now you gotta be asking yourself, why did Savage say? Why did he say? He wasn't getting paid. He wasn't getting a paycheck. Right? He wasn't worried about what he was doing. Right? He was worried about why he was doing it. He stayed because of the why. Savage is one of our biggest pioneers in ATMs. He just hit P600. Just hit P600. I get fucking goosebumps thinking about that shit. Jesus. Holy shit. Holy shit. In fact, you don't even fucking know this. Now that I'm thinking about it, swear to God on my family's life. Now that I think about it, you want to know who brought you up? I don't even know if you know this, okay? Matt Rosa.
Yeah,
said,
told me.
who told you?
Drake.
Yeah, randomly said, oh shit, I seen Savage hit P600. Swear to God. He said, I seen Savage hit P600. He goes, wasn't he like, didn't he take like a fucking year to hit? I'm like, nah, dude, I'm pretty sure it was way over that. He goes, no way. He's like, why did he stay? And I was actually smiling because I didn't say anything. And he's like, I was like, why did he stay? And I'm thinking, exactly, is what I'm thinking. Not even my mentors, just being honest, not even my mentors understand. Because they taught me some shit, but I started really going within. Now, my thing is why did he stay? The culture, the people, not he didn't give a fuck about the money because he would have quit. Everyone's quitting because of the money. They're not making money, they're quitting. They're not making money, they're quitting. They're not making money, they're quitting. So people are staying because of the culture's the why. That's why they're staying, that's your retention. You start with that. Now, here's my thing. Now, these are the pioneers. Okay? These are the pioneers. Okay, cool. Then what we have coming in next is going to be, right? So this is going to be, just to say, second generation, hypothetically. All right? This is second gen. Okay? And by the way, the first ATMs, this is people, I'm going to be real too. Like, we just started getting ATMs moving, but don't get it twisted. We've been grinding for 4 years. This is, and still, even within that 4 years, we're still including someone like Savage, okay? Who, Mario, you've been in for how long?
Yeah, like 3 months.
Okay, a year and 3 months. Okay, I'm not like just pinpointing them out. I'm just giving you examples right now. A year, we're still saying that that's the start still. Then you have your second generation coming in, okay? Boom. Now what ends up happening is, like the second generation, these guys care about the why. They care about the why. This is where we start losing shit, okay? Because guess what? This is what I want everyone to understand really fast, okay? This is gonna be, and I'm just gonna say right now for learning purposes, I take fucking 0 credit for everything that's done. I want to be fucking clear on that. But this is what I want you to understand. This is the first generation ATMs. Now, these people are going to be mentored by me, Drake, or whatever, right? That's these people. Okay? Me, Drake's, whatever, okay? That's these people. That's who they're getting mentored by. Now, guess what? We're going to be pouring our why into them. Why? So you'll realize that our strongest people are people that are P2000s, about to be P5000s, are people that will not quit no matter what. No matter what. Are the people more so closely mentored by me and Drake. Now the next thing is that next level is still going to be as strong because since these people are so closely mentored by, these people are going to get it great too. Because these people, right, let's just hypothetically say, okay, this contradicts what I'm saying, but hypothetically, let's just say Savage wasn't the first generation. He is, but I'm just saying, let's just say he wasn't. Well, if this is Savage, if this is Cynthia, right, hypothetically, now let's say this is Savage, okay, and or whatever in this generation, Savage is still going to give a fuck because hypothetically, me and Drake mentor Cynthia. We're just giving a fuck about the why. Now, since that's who we mentor, they're going to now be saying, okay, cool, right, we're going to mentor Savage and them the same. But what starts going to start happening is, and I'm not going to go on forever here, but let's just say Gen 3, okay, Gen 3, right here, okay, this is going to be Gen 3 across this. I don't want to keep doing all this, right? Gen 3 across all right there, right? So this is going to be your generation 3.
That's duplication.
Okay? Boom. Now, then you got your 4. And now let's just say this goes on forever. Now what happens is this. This is going to keep growing, correct? Big ass downline, right?
Yes.
Now, is walking ATMs going mainstream? The answer is actually yes. That's the answer. So, and the answer is yes as well. We have a website now. We're setting up shop to be able to have people come in and it be to go faster. Franchising is to go faster. Duplication, that's what franchising is you're duplicating. So what now, when we say, okay, you go to the website is never to automate. It is just, the website is never to automate. It is just a supplement. It is only a supplement. You never say, go look at the website. And then I'll get back to you. You always do everything hands-on. Why? Because the reason why is because we don't want to automate anything because now we're franchising. Now we're losing why we're doing it. We stop caring about people. We're saying, I don't want to sit there and waste my time with you, right? I want you to just get on there, plug into a system, and I want you to learn how to do it. How to do it. How to learn what we do. Now what happens is this is what happens since you're growing so fast. This is what happens when you get into different markets. When you get into hypothetically, I want to say a name that's not here. Walking ATMs, fucking let's just say Maine, right? Fuck, okay. If there's anyone from Maine that comes to walking ATMs, by the way, we love you. All right. Walking ATMs, Maine, right? Let's just say they come in. What's going to happen is this is going to be an organization now of, let's just say, 30. These are the people that give the fuck. This starts duplicating. The Y starts going away because it goes mainstream. And it gets so far away from these people that these people just don't care. And so now we start getting into that lazy thing. But guess what? This happens right away. That's the problem. Right now, in everyone's organization, what we're thinking is we're missing one part of duplication still. And passion is the gasoline to the how and why, right? Passion is the gasoline to the how and why. Passion is the gasoline to the how and why, right? Passion, and what we're doing, all this, that's the, passion is the gasoline to the skill sets. That's what I should say, is the gas, okay? Yeah, you can have some dope-ass strategies, but they will never work, right? You can have a Lamborghini, but it's not gonna go, there's no gas, right? So what we gotta do is we gotta pour in that passion. Now guess what? This is really, on all of this is my point. We have that why, blah, blah. So now what happens is, we start thinking this. We start thinking that this is my organization, right? And I'm talking to P1s, more so P1s, P2s, etc. We're duplicating the system, we duplicate the PS3, we duplicate all of that, right? But what ends up happening is this, right? So boom, that comes in. Okay, that duplicates, cool. And then let's just say that comes into a big ass fucking downline, right? Big ass downline, right? It starts coming in or whatever. No, actually, let's just say 3 people deep. This person right here, right? This person right there, all right? What happens is, okay, that's like 2 people. I don't know what the fuck that is. All right, boom. Okay, let's say boom. Okay, cool. So that person right here, they feel like this is the culture. This person here is the culture. This person can be, you know, your generation 1, etc. Now what happens, this person here, they feel like they're plugged into the culture, 100%. Yep, cool. When you plug in with all the ATMs, you're doing that. Why? Because guess what? This person here, right? This person here is going down there and they're talking to you. They're making you feel so great about the culture. ATMs, let's go. Scream your fucking chairman, blah, blah, blah. But guess what fucking stops happening though? Since they feel like they're part of the culture, right? Since they feel like they're part of the culture because this person's working with them, that person's working with them, what ends up happening is they forget to go, let me make you a part of the culture. They forget to say, look, this person right here forgets to say, let me give you the culture. They're thinking, I'm a part of the culture. I'm an AT, I'm screaming, right? My mentor's calling me saying, right, scream your chairman. My mentor's giving me energy. My mentor's doing this. And they're thinking, but you're forgetting that you are the experience for that person. You're the why for that person. You're the one that's going to have that go down to that person. These people are forgetting that. And so now what happens is we start going into franchise mode. And we want to say as a mom and pop shop that cares about everybody that's going to come into this organization, rather, but I'm going to be honest, when you get to the org, you're not going to know everyone when you get to my level, right? And it sucks, but it is what it is. But my point is I care about the 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 people that are going to be in ATMs before they're even here. Okay? So my thing is that we've got to be thinking already in the future, how the fuck can we get that to not happen? Because we always want to make sure everyone is starting with the why. So mentors, if this is you up here, everyone right now, this is you up at the top, and you're mentoring this person, you've got to make sure the culture is what's duplicated. The culture, this person has to always, if you're is there an Ohio in here? Where's Ohio? Are they here? No. Ohio's, right? The thing that, it's got to be, Ohio has got to duplicate the culture, right? They've got to make sure that they become another Dallas. Not, oh my God, like I'm getting mentorship from hypothetically Jacob. I'm getting mentorship from Drake. But are you giving them that culture? Are you giving your team out in Ohio that culture? It should always be the same. Always. Evan, always fucking screaming and shit. In Oregon, we go to Arizona, fuck you, Evan. Evan fucking embarrassed the shit out of me, bro. We're in Arizona. I forgot any ATMs were there, to be real. Like, I literally was just him. Right? And where's, there you go, Jacoby, right? So they're out there, these two are out there. And fuck you too. I'm literally forgot, I swear to God. I come out there and I'm thinking it's just me and Drake, you know what I'm saying? So I'm being all humble and shit. And all of a sudden, like, they're calling all each other names. People are like, yeah, right? And then all of a sudden, my name gets called. And these two, yeah! Like screaming. So everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, yeah! Cash, 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 cash. I'm like, what the fuck? I literally thought it was like 20 of them. They're so loud too. And everyone looks at me and I was like, and I'm like, fuck, right? Right? But you've got to be that person in your market. And so our other markets aren't here, and I'm done with this training. This is so powerful. And so in the launch plan, right? In the launch, that's what I was saying last night. You always start in the culture, high energy, whatever. Always in the culture. Always bring the person. You should always be thinking, how can I add culture right away? When people are like, what should I do as the newest person? All right, yeah, P150 in the first 7 days. That's the what. Okay, we want them to get there, blah, blah, blah. But we always want to give them the why. We always want to start, how can I get culture right away? How can I get culture right away? High energy is the answer. Love, passion, whatever. You get the point. But right when they're coming in, that's where the momentum is at. Because all momentum is what? An excited person, whatever, all that other shit. But a sustained momentum that goes on forever is the passion. Passion is the dedication. The passion is the dedication. When you don't feel like you do it anyways because you have passion for what you're doing. It's back in the mind. That's the passion. So you've got to be making sure you're dishing that out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That the passion is the fuel to the skill set. Okay? And that's my shit. But if y'all have any questions, it's lit. But that's it. I love you.
No, it's 20 of us.
Let's go blast the shit.